I'm excited to share this with you. I think it's going to be very valuable to you because this is some stuff that really helped me. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Maista. I am a game developer on the Roblox platform. It is raining so hard outside, but today I wanted to share 4 tips with you on how you can start to become a scripter on Roblox. Personally, I would just follow people around in games that I knew were scripters, and I would bother the heck out of them until they eventually gave up and they came to me and they were like, okay, little girl, what the heck do you want? And I would say, well, I'm trying to do this thing in Roblox Studio and I don't know what I'm doing, so can you please guide me in the right direction? And they would be like, yes, but after this, you need to leave me alone. And so with that, I learned a lot of things in the beginning of my journey simply by bothering people. But you can't always rely on bothering other people to get things done. I come from a background of being a builder on the platform. I didn't necessarily have the skills at the beginning, but after a while of just messing around, I was able to accumulate even more skills so that I could make things functional, not just pretty. And today, I want to share with you how you can make things functional and pretty too. So if that's something that interests you, then keep watching. Tip number 1, don't start from scratch. There are endless free scripts in the Roblox marketplace. Some of them don't work. They will produce errors. They will spam hundreds of fire instances in your game and cause it to lag a lot. And some of them are completely functional and work really well, and they're well documented, and you can honestly just use those, and it's good. It's all good. Some ways to challenge yourself early on in your scripting journey is to simply open up these scripts and figure out what the heck they are doing, what different terminology means, what different API is being used, and why errors might be happening. So be sure to open up those scripts, resolve those errors, change different properties, and figure out where that fire is coming from and put it out. Tip number 2, stitch it together. Now that you have been exploring different scripts, reading through functions, and figuring out what they do, you could now start something that I like to call the stitching method. This is where you take different functionality from various scripts and piece them together into your own script to create something unique to what you are trying to achieve. I still do this today when I want specific utility in different systems that I'm trying to build. So let's say maybe I want to change the color of a part, and I also want you to be able to walk through that part. So what I would want to do is I would want to take code from one script that might change the color of a part when you touch it, and another script that might change the can collide of your part to false. And then what you want to do is just copy that code over into your other script, and then bam, you stitch together 2 very neat things into one, and now it is custom to you. Hello, this is Anne from the future. About 10 minutes into editing this video, and I just wanted to stop here to say that if you guys are enjoying this content, then you should subscribe to my channel and give it a like. We are a little bean on YouTube and we are trying to get somewhere, so do the thing. Just do it. Nike. Moving on to tip number 3, give yourself a mission and break it down into steps. What do I mean by this? You're in Roblox Studio right now. You're feeling pretty good about things. You messed with some code. It's coming together really well. Feels good. You're understanding the APIs a little bit more. Now you really want to try making something from scratch. Think about something fun that you want to do. Maybe you want to make your first Roblox obby. There are tons of obbies on the platform. They have cool little twisty parts. They have parts that you fall through. They have parts that kill you. They have little rewards, and you want to be able to make one of your own. So what you're going to do is you're going to list out all of the different features that you want to put in your game, and then you want to break that down into something that's more manageable for you. So in this case, you want to make something that you want to have a section of your obby where you're killing a player if they fall into the lava and don't make the next jump. You want to have a part that after a number of seconds, you fall through it, again setting can collide false, and then it resets to can collide true after the 3 seconds. And then when you finally reach the end of an obby, maybe you want to make sure that you have a number value inside of the player that is coins or money, and every time they reach the end, you want to reward them with 10 more coins. And now you can kind of break it down into steps. I'm gonna go with the 3rd part because I think it's a little bit more challenging than the first 2 things, which I kind of already explained in previous tips. So let's say that you want to do that little reward system. First, what you want to do is when a player joins the game, you want to insert a number value into the player object and you want to name it money. And then you want to make something that says when the player's character then goes and touches this part that is at the end of the obby, you want to, from the server, have an event that happens where you will increase the money inside of the player by 10. So you would take the value and you would add 10 to it. That is a very basic way to think about breaking down your code. Take your features, you break them down into different steps, you then implement that into your game, and now you have created a game. And that is tip number 3. So for tip number 4, if you have a problem, I'll solve it. Not me necessarily, but if you have a problem, chances are someone has already solved it. I am a pretty stubborn person when it comes to wanting to independently solve things, because I feel like if I do it this way, then I will become the biggest goddess programming legend ever. But this is honestly not a very useful way to live your life, because like I said before, you can't do things alone. Have a broad idea of how things can be done. So I do think it's very important for you to go and see how other people are doing things. Even today, I will complain so hard to somebody, this is so complicated, my brain hurts, I want to go take a nap, I need another coffee. And people will be like, literally just Google this. You can solve it in 5 seconds because somebody has solved this thing. What are you doing? Well, after my stubbornness goes away, I will then be like, okay, fine, I'll go research this. And then I'll solve it in 3 minutes because somebody taught me about it. But don't just take the code and put it in your game and be done with it. Really look at it, try to understand what's going on, take notes throughout your code. What I like to do is I like to take a script, I put it in my game, and I read through the code, and I'll leave comments for myself explaining why they're doing this thing here. It's helpful to me so that when I come back to it, I'm okay, this makes sense. I guess a bonus little tip number 5 is just designing really heavy systems. It's really good to just take a piece of paper, some drawing paper, and draw out the things that you want to happen. You can really visualize what's going on. Polygon triangulation, which is a real head scratcher to me. Let me see if I can find an example. Look at that, it looks like constellations. It's like constellations on my paper. It's very pretty. So that was a mouthful. Those are my tips as a beginner programmer that you can follow so that you can start making your own stuff on Roblox. Because you don't want to, some people don't have the money to go hire a scripter for their game. Some people are shy and they're like, I just want to make games on my own, mess around in studio and do all the things myself. It's also a lot of headaches, but you get over it because you're really passionate about it, you know? So I hope that you like these tips today. If there's anything else that you guys want to learn about, then please leave a comment below and tell me what I can be teaching you, because I have a lot of things that I want to say, a lot of things that I want to share that's just all in my head waiting to come out. Thank you for watching this, and please subscribe to my channel.